This is a study training module presented by the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Department of Anesthesiology. This module will cover REDCap data quality and query resolution. A study is only as good as its data, and clean data is a hallmark of a successful study. Data queries are a way of assuring the information that has been entered into a database is accurate. REDCap has data quality rules that have been set up when the database was developed. You may have run into this situation. Clicking a Save button triggers a pop-up window. This usually means that there have been rules that have been set up concerning your study, concerning the data that was entered. When you see these displays, you can go back, edit the data, or save it after commenting on the data, or you can ignore the rule, save your information, and address it at a later time. REDCap does have a separate application to look at data quality and resolution of issues. Let's log into REDCap. You can enter REDCap via redcap.chop.edu and using your username and password, log in. You choose the study you would like to review. We're going to use one of the studies that is in development. And if I go to Project Home, I have Quick Task List here on the main screen. And one of the buttons is to check data quality. You also have the Data Quality and Resolve Issues button on the left hand of your screen under Applications. If I check or click on data quality, it does bring up a grid and shows us the data quality rules that have been set up for this study. If I want to know how many missing values there are in all of the pages in this database, I would just click on Execute and we will get our number. As I mentioned, this database is in development. We are doing quite a bit of testing. We have many test subjects entered. There is a lot of missing data. Right here, the birth date versus the date of surgery. The rule is that the date of birth should be less than the date of surgery. All the forms that are in this database are correct. We do have a green check here. And when you have a green check, then you have no problem with your data in that aspect. Let's clear this. Here we have resolve issues. We have a red 3, which means there are 3 open queries. So I can either click on this tab here, or I can click on the resolve issues tab here. And what comes up is our data queries. And they are listed in this data resolution dashboard. The dashboard gives you the option to look at the comment. It gives you the record number. It gives you the rule that's been violated, or it gives you the field where the question is, also who assigned that information or who opened that query, how many days the query has been opened, when the query was first addressed, and it'll tell you when it was last addressed. So when has information been entered into here? So if we want to look at the first query without looking at the subject, we would open this, and this says the gestational age is 48. The query is this correct? And it has been assigned to me to correct. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to click on the record. It brings us up to the record, and here we have a little prompt help. It says save, then reopen the pop-up. So what that's telling me is if I change this information, let's change that, save it, let's open up that comment bubble. And you can see that the comment bubble has a red circle with an exclamation point. And when we tap on that, our comment opens. Now here we have, in addition to the query, it does document the time and date that the information was changed. So I'm going to click this to close the query. You must respond with a comment when you're closing queries. I'm simply going to say resolved, and we're going to close. Our red circle has now become a green circle with a check, and our query is resolved. If we go back to resolve issues here, we're now down to 2 issues. If we click on the record and go immediately there instead of looking at the comment, I don't know what the comment says though. I can open it up and it says Is this information correct concerning the dad's phone number? His text number and his phone number are different. I'm going to confirm that there is no error, that that information is correct. I'm also going to close the query and say resolved. So what I have said is the phone number and text number the same? They are not. His home phone is different than his texting phone. If we go back to resolve issues, we are down to one issue. Let's look and see what it is. First, there's an open query. Is this the correct surgical service? Okay, let's cancel that. Let's go to our record. The patient had an umbilical hernia repair. Oh, general surgery, not ENT. I'm going to save and stay, but oh, look what I did. I did not uncheck ENT, so I'm going to do that, save and stay. Now I'm going to take care of my query. Clicking on the red circle. This is also an example of how REDCap audits anytime information is changed and saved in the system. Here, I did change the surgical service, but I went back and undid the ENT service. So every time data is changed or deleted or updated in REDCap, you will have an audit trail. The date and time that the correction or change was made, and who did it, and what the change was. So we were going to say that was corrected with the wrong source. We are going to close the query and write resolved and close the query. If we continue down the page, we do see that here we have missing data, but we have a green circle with a check. You can add comments to your data pages if you have something missing. You can add information to your data pages. You can add comments to your data pages to clarify missing information. Here we said unable to obtain the BP to upset. And that information has been put into all three boxes. All of those reflect the blood pressure that was done prior to the procedure. REDCap does provide tutorials, help, and information if you have additional questions, or as always, you can contact us. Please feel free to contact us if you have any information. This concludes this module, and we thank you.